Hello.
This is Kim and Aggie.
Yeah. How clean is your office?
Stock.
How clean is your stock? Yeah, so basically, Jen won some stuff at an auction yesterday. And she went and picked it up this morning.
Yeah.
She will tell you, I'm sure, all about that in a second. But, okay, so in our last video, we did say that we were going to begin to go back to basics, which is where we used to get stuff from and the kinds of things that we would get back then, back in the day.
Yeah.
And to be fair, today's auction pickup confirmed that local isn't always brilliant.
A local auction for local people.
Yeah. Hence the reason we're wearing gloves to go through this auction stuff, because this is going to take a lot of cleaning.
Yeah.
But obviously that's what we're going to do. We are going to, you know, get our hands dirty with this stuff. There's a lot of Lego in there. I mean, I'm quite excited about that, if I'm honest with you.
There's loads of Lego train tracks.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's a train in there as well.
Yeah, hopefully. But yeah, so we are gloved up, ready for this, because some of it is a bit mucky at the moment.
Paid £60 for everything that you're gonna. I don't think we're going to be able to show you absolutely everything because there is tons. It filled. If you ever go to a storage unit, you know the large trolleys that they've got. It filled that, didn't it?
Yeah, and that was stacked up as well. So, yeah.
So you know we did get a lot of much stuff, but whether there's anything worth our while in there, who knows?
For me, the Lego is worth kind of bother, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm going to use what's in there probably more for just completing other sets than I would to actually try and make any sets out of it.
Yeah, and there better be something good in there because I had absolute trials and tribulations this morning. Where's the violins?
I can't remember where I put them.
Well, I went on my own to pick it up because we were trying to be more efficient and you were getting on with Lego. I thought, no, I'll do it all on my own, it'd be absolutely fine. Get there, standing there for absolutely ages, it's freezing cold. No one, there's loads of people about, but no one was willing to, you know, help. Because what you have to do is hand in you pay and you hand in your little slip and then they bring all the stuff over to you. But I was there for about 15 minutes before anyone even, you know, asked if they could help me. Then the guy started putting some stuff on the little table, so I then put it on. We've got a sack barrow which I used, put it on that, wheeled it away, came back, the man was nowhere to be seen, so I was stood around again for another 15 minutes and he said, oh sorry, I forgot to tell you, I left all your stuff on that table over there.
A completely different one.
A completely different table. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, whatever. Started loading the stuff into the sack barrow and then going into the car. There was two massive white boxes. I meant to say massive, like, I don't know if you can, huge white boxes. I was carrying, the first one was absolutely fine, went in no issue, absolutely rammed full of toys, bits and pieces. Second one, I lifted up, walked a few steps and then it just exploded all over the floor. Bottom fell out, basically. All the stock fell out all over the floor. And I had to kind of scrape it back together again. No one there, even though there were several people, offered to help me or even asked if I was okay. I mean, I'm not a damsel, am I? I don't...
Do you want to tell them why?
Well, at the same time this was all happening, a rather, I don't know...
buxom woman.
A buxom young blonde lady who walked in.
With, you know, a low-cut top.
And she had to carry a couple of vases to the car. Vases about this big. Well, no, but big, I'll be fair. Two of these, and she couldn't possibly carry them on her own, so she had another man help her carry these vases.
It was two men?
Two men,
Two men helping her to carry
an older
two vases.
guy and a guy in a high-vis jacket carried these vases for her to her car, while I sat there covered in, I don't know, everything all over the floor, basically.
Yeah, meanwhile there was Jen kind of scrabbling around on the floor, you know, trying to get everything back together, whilst, you know, lady who had dressed for the occasion obviously was, you know, having these two vases carried out to her car because they must have been really heavy as well.
They must have,
and I am talking about the vases, not about anything else. But anyway, yeah, okay, so that aside,
I got it all in the car in the end, and then Alexis saved me at this end.
Yeah, I kind of went out to the car and just basically
and I was like,
sorted some stuff out.
And you were like, come on, let's just get this sorted.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's a big box down here full of tapes. Did you want to have just a little show and tell of some of these?
I've got a big box full of cassettes, and I'd already been to look on Saturday, and I know there's some decent ones in there.
Like
that was why I just wiped. I got mud all over the car, so I had to just wipe it.
It's one of ours, don't worry, they didn't chuck a used tissue
so,
in.
Green Velvet, never heard of it. Country Gentleman. Gentleman.
There was a couple of them at the auction.
Yeah. Classic, Phil Collins, no jacket required. Do you want to read a few?
Yeah, so I've got some Country Nights.
There's a couple of country.
Couple of country nights at the auction. Yeah, anyway, so there's a cassette Barry White. Still sealed, actually, that one.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Look, still sealed.
I think that's worth anything.
The Motown Collection double CD.
Tina Turner. Break Every Rule.
Should we be doing that again?
Soul Moods, 18 songs from the heart. Something here?
Rock and Cock.
Rock and Cock.
Here we are. Go on.
It's rock and roll, but it's like broke, so.
It's broken roll.
Yeah. He rocks and roll too much.
Sinead O'Connor, I do not want what I haven't got. Well, that's handy, Sinead, because
I do.
there's a cassette.
I want £1 million.
Hail Caledonia.
Oh, that's the other half of that.
And there's the other half of your cassette then. Yeah.
Woolworths, £8.50.
So, yeah, essentially there's some more cassettes in this bag.
I want to go through them.
Oh, go on then.
Let's go through them all.
Go on then. Off you
It
go.
might be that we
Through
find
them
something
all.
absolutely amazing.
Right, so we've got Sting with
Oh,
Summoner's Tales.
I paid £12 all in for these, by the way.
Genesis, Invisible Touch.
Greatest Ever Christmas Party.
Carpenter's Passage.
Love the Carpenters.
What's this?
Lionel Richie Dancing on the Ceiling.
Piano Favourites.
That's not a cassette, is
That's
it?
not, is it? That is a... That's a cassette.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Jennifer
cassette
Rush. Roger Whittaker.
Genesis, We Can't Dance. The Blues Collection.
Lionel Richie again.
Sky 2, that looks like a compilation, to be fair.
Ben E. King.
24 hours later.
Supertramp, Breakfast in America.
Kenny Rogers.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
And then for some bizarre, unknown, absolutely like Christ on a bike bloody reason. This is how random this auction is, right? You'd think cassettes, they would look at these and just go, yeah, we'll just leave them as a cassette lot because it's all cassettes. No, why would you have a cassette lot when you could have a cassette and various cheap resin figures? See, this is how random this place is you've got all like resin figures with it. And this is what they have a tendency. This is what they have a what the is this? Stone. You see, this is how like random this auction is you don't I mean, that's pretty filthy, that stone, but you don't just buy what you think you're buying, you buy what you're buying and a load of shite with it as well.
Yeah, it's like they put in the crap they can't get rid of sometimes.
Basically.
Commodores.
I mean, essentially, we learned our lesson on this one is local doesn't always mean fantastic, so, you know, we are going to go further afield. Clapton and the Yardbirds. We had a CD the other day called Cream of Clapton, which I thought was a bit dirty. I mean, what would that sound like? But the Blues Legends collection.
Four Tops. Rock and roll of the 50s.
Gary Moore still has the blues, you know. And he's not given any to you, right? So the Titanic soundtrack. What's this? Shane Ward, That's My Goal.
Oh, some CDs.
And Leona Lewis. So basically, X Factor winner singles. If anyone would like these, if anyone wants to basically, you know, get these, stamp on them several times, we'll do a deal for you. Enya. Watermark.
Sail away.
Has it got Sail Away on it? Oh, I don't give a toss, to be honest with you.
Fleetwood Mac.
Simon and Garfunkel. Eric Clapton, 24 Nights. Presumably then he released the cream of Eric Clapton.
Roxy Music. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing.
And the Tits for Free. Celine Dion, Let's Talk About Love.
Inks. In Excess. Inks.
Now these are the ones where you kind of go, do I actually want to listen to this? It's homemade cassette. You know, and I might give them a listen, but sometimes you kind of get, oh, what's going to be on this?
Barbara Streisand. I think that's quite good for 12 quid, don't you?
Yeah.
We're bound to make some money off that.
I mean, as you can see, right, I mean, yeah, they do need it. They do need a clean up. And this is the kind of thing that, like, from some of these auctions, is they're going to be quite filthy. Because they're going to have been in lofts, garages, sheds, you name it, they'll have been there. So, yeah, clean up job for a lot of stuff.
Hence gloves.
Hence the gloves. So that is all the cassettes. They are now literally everywhere in front of us. So we will deal with those shortly. What we'll do is we'll just pick a few select things out of this lot behind us. Would you like to do this big batch of stuff
this
here?
is printer ink. Some of it is expired and some of it is not.
You've got stuff like that as well.
So this is, I don't know, for use in MPFM 176. I've paid £8 for all this, £10 all in.
Yeah, so these are real jet. Oh, I don't want to touch my face. For a brother printer, that one. Now, the only thing about these is whether people actually use printers anymore.
Yeah.
So this is a reminder.
Got that in there for us, would you, Dan? And there's loads of Epsom ones in there as well.
This is a reminder.
All sorts. So
Schedule.
Gotta be worth.
Yeah, we've got a bit of Denby wear, a few plushes, and then the rest of this stuff that you can actually see just here, that is all just toys. So we've got what looks like, we've definitely got some Lego, we've got Playmobil, we've got bits and bobs of like other toys, some of which I noticed are probably quite cheap and cheerful, other ones might be worth having a look through, really. But yeah, so there's all sorts of little things in here, and you know, I mean, they may or may not be entirely complete. This Playmobil, actually,
this is German, and it says, ooh.
No, it doesn't say ooh.
Dicky Spielzug, made in Thailand.
Good old Dicky Spielzug. Right. Yeah, so, I mean, you've got like this, right? So ready for the random, there you go. So you've got basically what they call Kinects, right? So, I believe, so these with a pair of glasses on. I mean, how much more could you want in life? If you want this, if you want that exactly as it is, I mean, you might need to give it a little wash. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. But yeah, send us an offer for £5 million and we will send it to you.
This is, I know this is a Ben 10 truck thing, but I don't, well, it's not complete. But
has it got a wheel off?
No, they go in like that. So, yeah, there's some Playmobil. Oh, this is Playmobil, isn't it? Yeah, Playmobil police car and bits and pieces and stuff.
Yeah, so that is pretty much all of that stuff is just like, is Lego, Playmobil and other odds and ends in those, which we're not going to drag all out. Obviously, we've gone through the cassettes, but we won't drag everything out to show you everything that's in there, because there is a fair amount and it is all, well, it's mucky, isn't it? You know. On a lighter note, I did bid on something this morning and won it, and hopefully there will be a few quids in it. But unfortunately, it was a bit of a collector's auction, so bear that in mind when you bid on auctions, is you're not always going to get stuff for the actual price where you can resell it and you can make a profit. Is if you are competing against collectors, for example, especially retro consoles, sometimes even Lego sets and stuff, well, you are going to be paying up for them, and then you're going to be in the territory of what they're worth. Meanwhile,
Playmobil.
She's shredding the bloody contents of these bags. But yeah, so there's all manner of stuff in these, and it will be gone through, it will be cleaned up, and it will be, you know, anything that we can't use, usually.
Oh, look, a jelly cat.
Oh. Usually we clean him up, we give him a charity, you know, whatever, so basically it won't go to waste anyway, some of it.
I don't know anything about Jellycat really, other than that they're good ones to look out for. But he's a little rabbit.
Yeah. Was that the only Jellycat in it, or?
Okay, I don't know. I'll let you know once I've been through all of this.
Yeah. There's Berlin Zoo Panda down there, actually, just as a side note. But yeah, so anyway, that is pretty much the gist of the auction pickup. I mean, a lot of this stuff you're going to hopefully see, well, not a lot of it probably, but some of it you will see in our solds. But so what's the moral of this story from today? What do you think is the takeaway from this that, you know?
Just because it's convenient doesn't mean it's worthwhile. And men prefer ladies with big tits.
Yeah. And that the same goes for charity shops.
Men prefer ladies with big tits in charity shops.
No, the same. No, the same goes for charity shops. It's just because they're round the corner from where you live doesn't mean they're always going to have stuff in them. So it is about like kind of looking round for the ones where you can
spread
get
your wings.
Yeah, where you can get the better things. And it might mean going further afield to get that stuff. Sometimes you can be quite lucky with these charity shops and other places, and sometimes you're not. That's just it's how it goes.
That's why we tend to go all over the shop with our charity shop hunting, really.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, this. I think we fell into kind of this little, you know, trap of thinking because it's a local thing and we can just go and pick it up. We can have the stuff like the next day means that it's going to be great, and it's not always the case. So you've got to have an open mind with this stuff. You know, that sometimes actually some of the stuff we've got from there has been absolutely fantastic and some of it has not been. And that's the moral of it, really.
Yeah.
You've got to be really on your toes with it and really have a proper look.
Let me just show everyone just the, you know,
The scale
of this is what I've got. It's all this stuff here, not that.
including that.
This.
And what's under
This.
there?
Those there. These are the cassettes and some of the more cassettes there. And
Yeah.
we got it for £60 and some trauma.
And some trauma on your part.
Trauma on my part.
Oh, it's the Spice Girls
No, it's
presents
not.
the best of girl power.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully all them will be in the correct cases as well. So.
Yeah, and even when I'm editing this, if any of them are worth any money, I'll put little sold thingies up when we go through them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so what we're going to do for, you know, our next...
Shall we just go through this one bag?
Yeah, so we might as well just go through one bag with him, because at the end of the day, well,
Why the
why
hell
not?
That is Playmobil, because it says Giobra, and that's Playmobil, isn't it?
Again, Playmobil, it's a little carriage thing, isn't it?
Playmobil. Oh, that looks quite cool. Medievally thing, look. See, Nick is the Playmobil expert, Nick Hills. So I could ask him about all of this. But we've done alright with Playmobil before, haven't we?
Jen's going to be sifting through a lot of this, so she can pick the Lego out for me.
Yeah, I don't
So
mind.
Playmobil, again, this is like a little dinghy there as well.
The little car, Playmobil cart thing.
Obviously, at this stage, we don't know how much of this is going to be in, you know, complete. So it might be that there's a set of, you know, one set in there. It might be there's a few. It might be there's none. So.
And this is a priceless TY beanie thing. It's all got the label on it. It must
Yeah,
be
don't
worth
get too
millions.
excited about them.
It's called Percy. It's very cute.
Do you know what, right? There's this thing. I was watching this programme. There's this woman on there, and she said her mum went out when TY Beanie Babies were released.
Its innards are coming out.
Yeah. Her mum went out and bought so many. I think she bought like all of them or something, or as many as she could. And then she left them in her will, and then she left them in her will to her daughter, and it turned out none of them were worth anything. And her daughter put them all in like these barrel things. It turned out barrels were probably worth more than the actual Beanie Babies, but that's, you know.
Yeah, they were a real thing, weren't they, Beanie Babies?
Everybody was buying them because they thought they were going to be worth something. The trouble is, everyone was buying them, drove the price down, didn't it? You know, later on.
What is this? This is where Google Lens is going to come in handy, but when I put this into Google Lens, it's probably going to come out with boobs or something. What do you reckon?
If that's what your boobs look like, you need to see a doctor, sweetheart. Oh God, I really don't want to stick my hand in this.
Do it.
Not the first time I said that, but no. Oh yeah, go on then. Actually, I did that on the quiz thing, didn't I? I stuck my hand in a puppet, so I might as well. There you go, look. Oh well. I don't know who else is out there.
That could be a priceless puppet, you never know. Now I recognise this. This is possibly, is it Nerf? Yeah, that's a Nerf clip.
Do you see how random we mean? You know, you can't see a lot of this stuff, but it is really random. Oh my god, get that away from me.
Some kind of torture device.
What's this? Okay, so this is some kind of... Oh, it's German and French and English. But it's some kind of little, like, thing to help you with your times tables.
Some kind of little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Lego window, look.
So I'm hoping to put my hand in this bag and pull out, like, some gold bullion and just be like, oh, yeah.
Or
yeah,
even
I
better,
know.
some vintage Star Wars weapons.
No, gold bullion. That is, well, it's a little sort of Roman figure, innit? It was not probably actually Roman, it's not, you know. I don't know. So weird. So weird, innit? She went and looked at this as well, that's a sad part of it.
Oh yeah, but it's going to be worth more than our money, isn't it? There you are. A Rubik's Cube for idiots. It's actually made by Rubik's as well. One more little thing. Let me pull something else out that's exciting. Lego. So basically my job now is to sift through all this crap, take out the good stuff,
A bit of
separate
rope in there.
it.
I'll tell you what, if you had
Oh, I
enough,
could have done with that earlier.
if you had enough, there you go. But yeah, so anyway, that is pretty much the gist of this auction stuff, and suffice to say, we are kind of moving away from just, you know, the bits and bobs that we get from there into the more specific stuff like we have done before. So yeah. But yeah, so our next video will be about the weird and wonderful of eBay. So we have picked a few things and we're just going to basically sit and them, essentially. And you know, make sure you subscribe because we will be doing more skits.
Yes.
I've decided.
Because they've been requested.
Yeah, more than like, you know, twice. They've been requested so many times. So yeah, we'll just do a few more skits for you really about some of these things.
I might even write a song. She will. When I was at uni,
Smell funny. Go on.
we used to have to do a presentation on a health topic because I was training to be a nurse. We had to do a health topic every week, and I hated doing PowerPoint, so I used to write a song and then sing it to the whole class to the tune of like popular songs.
Yes, and it used to. It wasn't it sort of like set to stuff like Katy Perry and Lady Gaga and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it was about various medical
Patient,
conditions.
patient, you have got a broken body. And I got a first class degree, so I think that's the way forward. I don't think it was based on my songs.
Yeah. So yeah, but anyway, we will be just going through a few things that we found on eBay and just having a bit of a laugh.
But thanks for
really.
supporting us. We
Yeah.
yes. So like, subscribe, ring the bell, buy us a coffee, buy our crap from eBay.
With the notifications, make sure that you've set it to all, otherwise you will miss stuff that we do. So make sure they're set to all, so you can receive updates. So you can kind of go, oh, those idiots again. No thanks.
Yeah. That was so camp.
No thanks.
Right.
Yeah.
But we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.
You make this rather snappy, won't you? I have some very heavy thinking to do before 10 o'clock.